This podcast is meant for mature audiences only and contains strong sexual language. Welcome to Sex, Love, and the Black Experience with your hosts, mskikilove and msneshab of Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses. We're just two dope sisters who love to talk about sex and give our amazing guests a platform to share their experiences and expertise as it pertains to sex, love, and the Black experience. So let's get started. Well, welcome to Sex, Love, and the Black Experience with your Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses. I am Miss Nisha B and
mskikilove.
And so we're going to start off with a therapy session before we bring our guests on.
Yes.
And so, Miss Kiki, what do you want to talk about today?
Vampire energy.
People sucking the life out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's been going on?
Just vampire energy. These niggas got me fucked up. Taking a life. You know what I'm saying? Like, the onus is like, no, take responsibility for your actions, for your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Friendship is a gift.
It is. It is. And you also have to be mindful of who your friends are.
Yep.
And how they move.
Yep.
And you also should be able to have, if you have good friends, I feel like if I've got good friends, I should be able to be open and honest with them about how I feel too. And even if I'm wrong in how I feel or there's a misunderstanding, we should be able to squash that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's difficult, to say the least. It's challenging to I've learned through this process of building our brand and building my brand as an influencer, as someone that's in the community. I learned that not everybody's going to be in your corner.
That's true.
Not everybody's for you.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. This thing that we did, right? And I don't want to minimize it because it was monumental.
It was.
It was life changing. It was history changing.
And she's talking about our melanated sex expo.
Facts.
That we had in February.
Facts. I can't believe it's been over a month already, almost a month.
Yeah.
It just literally felt like 2 days ago. But it really just shows you, when you're doing greatness, right? And when you are really putting in the work, you will literally have vampires suck the life out of you.
Well, we agreed next time we're going to have a buffer.
Yeah, we need some buffers.
We're going to need buffers when we're doing this, so that if somebody has an issue or whatever, that they can come to that person first, and then we can address it after the fact.
It drains you. It
does. And we were it was a euphoric feeling.
Yeah.
We want to be, we were in the moment.
I was in my head a lot.
Yeah.
I was in my head. I was away from the people, like, because I'm pretty close to a lot of the people that were involved in this situation. And so I was in my head, like, the whole time. I was in my head.
But you were also keeping our wonderful celebrity guests company, making sure that they were good, and that was amazing. I love our dynamic. Like, we both, it's like yin and yang. Like, we both do what is necessary in this relationship, in this business lover relationship. And so and we both were in our head. Like, we also realized too, we're gonna need an assistant or someone to to guide us, because it was so many missed opportunities. Like we were like, you and I didn't take a lot of pictures together. We didn't do a lot of things because we were just so into the moment.
We were juggling a lot of things, and as business owners, there's time for reflection. And so, you know, it's just it's time to keep the vampires, right? Even though I love vampires, shout outs to all the vampires out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you're magical. You see what I'm saying? But y'all be sucking the life out of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be draining people of their goddamn energies. And if you allow people to drain your fucking energy, if you allow to be in that space, it will cause calamities and fucking chaos everywhere.
But we worked through it.
We did.
And the bottom line is that you and I have a relationship that, you know, nothing can come between us when it comes to our business, because we're very,
it's not even, and it's not even just that, just our friendship. Like, because people need to remember, like, we're not only business partners, right? But we're also friends, right?
Absolutely.
And our friendship has been tested a time or two. But
it's the communication.
Yeah, it's the communication. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but it's hard, right? Because I love you.
I love you too, sweetie. It's how but the thing is that we, listen, ain't nothing gonna come between us. Do you understand what I'm saying? And even in the short time that we've known each other, because we grown, we have real conversations with each other, and that's important in friendships. Like, we just be real with each other, and the bottom line is that I always assume positive intent. We always assume, like, even in when we say we had some knockdown drag outs, even with this business and decisions.
I be a brat. Like, I'm not. I be a brat. Because, like, sometimes, you know, when we're having these conversations about our brand and building this business and having these conversations about shifting, right? And being our authentic selves, and who we are as just people.
Knowing our strengths,
knowing who we are as people. You don't want to change your authentic self, right?
Nope.
But at the same time, we have to deal with the times.
Right.
We have to continue to shift and evolve.
Right.
And that's hard for me as someone that doesn't necessarily like a lot of change.
Yeah.
Even though I'm all about vibes and all of that, you know, good stuff, I don't like a lot of change.
Right.
I don't. And I can admit to that. I don't like to move around a lot. I don't like to. That's why I stay with what I know. Like, I don't like to do a whole bunch of moving and grooving, shaking and baking. I like to stick to what I know. And unfortunately, that can't happen in business. You have to navigate the pitfalls, the ups and
still
flows.
Be authentic.
And
that's the thing. And so you learn, it's like, I still want to be me. Yeah. Don't change me. And I think we both understand, we have an idea of who each other is, and we love each other the way that we are. We don't want to change each other. So, like, when we say things to each other, like, you know, we got to kind of pivot that or do that. It's not about changing who a person is. It's just about us, like you said, navigating the waters of business.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do you become your authentic self, but still, you know, like you said, still kind of balance the world of business. The fact that, I mean, you're not going to make everybody happy. Period. But you still want to make sure that you're not behind the times either. You know what I'm saying? Or that you're offending. And you know, anything that we do is not to be offensive. And if we are, we apologize, but
Right.
you can't please everybody. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and that's
It's always
and
somebody out there that don't like what you're
doing. That's what I be
doing.
saying about these vampires, bro. It's a lot of vampires out here will do things and play in your face, and it's just
To get what they want.
To get what they want, to do what's necessary to be done. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of drained energy. And so
but we're not gonna let that happen.
No, I won't. I refuse to let I'm old, you know what I'm saying? And like,
if you old, then what am I? I'm older than you.
I'm seasoned in life, right?
No, I like that seasoned.
I'm very much, I'm floured and seasoned. I'm not ready to fry just yet, but I've grown in the growing pains, right? And I still have a lot of learning to do. But yeah, unfortunately, no more new hoes, man. No more new hoes. I can't take it. My energy is completed. Like I no more new hoes in my life. I can't take y'all. Y'all are vampires. Yeah, and I have to put people in categories now. I really have to like compartmentalize, right? My friendships.
But that's in life. You always have to do that. Throughout years, you'll find. Yeah. You're like, wait a minute. This is what I think a friend is. I don't think we have the same definition. So maybe like we can still be cool, right? But maybe you're just more of an acquaintance than a friend, and that's okay.
And sometimes friendships shift. Right?
They do. They're there for a season.
Sometimes friendship and sometimes whether it's a business friendship or personal or whatever the case may be. Like I have a friend who I've known for well over 20 years. Me and this bitch are like that, right? And I have not seen my sister in 15, 16 years. But that still doesn't negate the fact that she's my fucking best friend. And I've known her since I was 16 years old. She knows all my goddamn secrets. Right? You can, I had literally compartmentalized as, okay, that's my best friend, and I know that we are good and we are solid, and we don't need to see each other every day. Right? And so when we do get to finally, it's like nothing else has.
I love those friends. I have friends like that. Like I've got really good friends that they live all over the place. They're super busy, but when we catch up with each other, we just pick up where we left off, and there's no hard feelings. Like, bitch, you ain't called me in a year, in a month, or whatever. We just pick up where we left off, and we just literally keep it
called each other and was on the phone for like 2 hours, and she congratulated us on a job well done, even though she wasn't there. She felt horrible that she couldn't be there.
She'll just be here next year.
Yeah, and as I told her, and so she felt really, really bad, and I said, "Bitch, shut up!" Like I had to tell her, I'm like, "Bitch, shut up."
I got a question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
So since we last got together on our podcast,
yes,
what's been new with you? Anything new?
My house still ain't clean. No, I'm lying. My house finally got clean. Because this expo has been kicking our ass, and a lot of things have fallen to the wayside as far as like house maintenance and life maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So finally got so I got the house clean, not to where I want it to be as far as like organizing, because I still need that piece of stuff done.
That's
the organization of it all, but it's clean now, so I'm happy about that.
Anything else?
I'm still single out here in these streets. nobody scooped me up. I'm still waiting on, my baby daddy, Narada. Yeah, I'm gonna shout him out.
Lord, you gonna have it. He is so shy.
He is.
You had him blushing on that last podcast. I was cracking up.
Shout out to Narada and Frenna and Mo for coming on the pod.
Yes.
We love them.
I forgot which one is which. Yeah. I gotta remember these. These need to be labeled.
It's all in jokes. He knows I'm joking, even though I'm dead ass serious. He knows anytime. I'm getting that big baby.
Will he be in next?
He will.
On our next one, we gonna talk to him about music
part
and
2,
stuff.
yeah. And I'm dead. I told him anytime.
You're so. Oh, I'm so sorry, Narada.
Anytime. He knows.
Yeah. Well, guess what I did?
What did you do, friend?
I got a tattoo for the very first time in my life. 49 years I went without a tattoo, and actually liked the fact that I didn't have a tattoo because it was unique, because everybody seems to have a tattoo, right?
Right.
So I was like,
except for me, I don't have no tattoos.
I was like, I don't have a tattoo. And people were like, you don't? It was like a really big thing. But my husband and I went and got tattoos. Now, I don't put names on my body.
Right.
Because I know too many friends that got to get cover-ups and shit.
Right.
Although I'm not putting that out in the universe, I feel like I met my life partner, and
that's awesome.
It's amazing. And but we decided to get matching tattoos. So on my back, I have Queen. Because regardless, I'm always gonna be the queen, right?
Period.
And he has King. And so that was, I always struggled with trying to figure out what kind of tattoo I was gonna get, what was the significance. I never really felt like there was anything that was worth, permanently putting on my body.
Right.
So really excited about that. And I guess there is a thing you do get addicted, because I think I might get a second tattoo before my 50th. And I don't know, I might get the OMG mouth with the tongue sticking out. I like that. I think that's kind of sexy. And in other news, my sex toy broke yesterday.
These niggas and they goddamn bedroom candy. My sister need a new.
I'm gonna get a mic drop now, because
I tried it last night. So breaking news. So I bought one because I'm my worst customer. So I buy up all the shit, and so I bought one, and I will say this:
it's fire.
I will say this, okay? Don't try to wear drawers and think that you gon' really get in there and maneuver, because it's a heavy, it's a heavy thing. That baby is baby.
It got some weight on it.
Yeah, so don't do that. So I took the drawers off. I took the drawers off one. And then I tried to maneuver, but once I got that thing to where it needed to go and maneuver and shift, because that bitch is power. I felt my nails going like this. That's how it was, because that vibration.
Even on one, it's off the chain.
Yeah, that baby is baby. And so just be prepared to slide off the bed, ho.
Well, I have an excuse to get one now, because my old one, not the mic drop, it was a different.
Right.
It broke. It's it still vibrates and stuff, but it's like the head is kind of switched this way. I'm still trying to work it. I'm holding it together.
I'm telling you right now, for those ladies out there who want something a little bit more powerful, who want something a little bit more vroom, 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 mic drop is going to be your best ticket.
It's so pretty. It's elegant looking. It looks, I think we showed it on the last
we did. In our spicy
podcast
bag.
In our spicy bag. And, of course, Candy, she's in the music industry, so she's always going to make something that kind of looks musical, but it looks like an actual microphone. It's funny because my wands, I used to use them like microphones anyway. So it's really, really pretty. You say it's pretty heavy, but it is very powerful, and it'll hit. I like the vibration of it, because it doesn't just get the clit. It gets
It's
like
like
all
all of them,
around,
yeah.
because we know that the clitoris has legs,
Right.
right? So behind the labia,
Yes.
you can get that vibration,
Yes.
and you're still getting that sensation to your clit. Oh,
Baby,
my
I didn't have
gosh.
time to go all down the gusto and the
It also
the
works
valleys.
really well on the perineum.
I
the
didn't got
perineum
time.
of the male.
Yeah, the man sandwich was not available. You know, if Narada again, anytime.
Oh my gosh!
Anytime you want to partake in a tasty treat. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm
you
telling
gonna have him like blushing like.
Cause our kids will be 6'9". Cause I'm 6 foot. For those who don't know, I'm 6 foot, and Narada's 6'3", 6'4". So our kids are naturally gonna be like 6'6", 6'9". You know what I'm saying, Matt?
6'9".
Yeah. So we gonna have some big babies around here. And our babies will be so chocolatey cute. Oh my God.
Well,
yes. And
I love that we have these therapy sessions.
Yes.
I love that we talk before our guests come.
Yes.
I think this is good that we added this on here just to kind of talk and like what's happened since the last time we've done anything, and then just shit that's on your mind.
I need I'm waiting on to make because I'm gonna make spaghetti tonight, and I was up.
And this girl can cook.
Well, I
she can boring.
I put a little flip flop.
It's good.
I put a little flip flop together.
She underestimating her skills.
No, because the last time I cooked for you, I was upset. Right?
It was good. Then you put it in the food.
Well, no, it was for New Year's. I cooked for you and Mom for New Year's. I did, and that the oven had broke.
No, that wasn't the last time you cooked.
I cooked for Mom's birthday. I cooked for Mom's birthday.
Right.
And so, but the last time I cooked for y'all, it was for New Year's.
You just gave us food and you brought it.
You came over the house.
No, I didn't come that time. Remember?
You did come over for New Year's Day. You did.
You recall? Damn.
Is
that getting the old part?
Yeah, because you wasn't married yet. Not last New Year's, but the New Year's before.
You cooked since then. I've had your food
I know.
since then.
At your house, I cooked at your house.
Right. So if you saying the last time, I'm like, that's not the last time.
No, because this New Year's
since I've been
This New Year's I didn't cook.
Right, but what I'm saying
I'm talking about last New Year's.
Right, but that's not the last time you cooked.
Yeah.
Because remember,
I cooked for Mom's birthday.
Right, but you also cooked. Yeah, that was the smothered. Not pork chops. The smothered chicken. Yes, because Mama don't eat pork.
Yeah, I made. So the menu for Mama's birthday was smothered chicken, cabbage with some sausage and things, and I made dressing, and I made macaroni and cheese. When I tell you there was nothing left but crumbs, I said,
I don't even think it was crumbs.
There was nothing, and your husband does not like. Let me say this about brother. Brother's very picky. He's very picky, but he's super skinny. How, Sway?
He's not really that. He's not super.
He
picky.
don't like dressing. He don't like gravy.
He don't like gravy. I think he like dressing.
It's a lot.
He can't eat. He's lactose intolerant.
Right. It's like,
but
he ate everything on that motherfucking plate.
He
did. No, he ate the macaroni and cheese. He had macaroni and cheese.
He might have had a little bit.
He did. No, he had a little, just a half of a scoop.
Oh, okay.
And he was like,
because I got to sleep with him.
And he tapped me. He was like this. He was like this, sister. I said, yes. And he was like, so anytime you want to come over here.
Because I don't cook.
But I had gave my sister this recipe for shrimp and grits. And I told her, I said, now you want to catch your husband with that, this is how you do it. She still hasn't done like the fried shrimp and grits yet. So I just gave her a basic recipe. Every time wife when you making them shrimps and them grits.
Yeah.
So, you know, I could cook.
Very well. So she's like, so she putting it out there, y'all. You want somebody that can cook and, you know,
my
what I'm saying,
macaroni trees is
can
not
put
dry.
It down.
It's not dry, baby. It's not dry. My dressing is not dry. So for Thanksgiving, right? I made ham. I made dressing. I made 2 different types of green beans. So I did new potatoes. See, people don't understand. I'm a Southern woman, but from California, right?
Right.
So I made them new potatoes, and I put some with meat, some with no meat.
Mm-hmm.
I made fried shrimps. I made macaroni and cheese, and I made green.
And it was
and
delicious.
I made potato salad.
She made me a plate.
And I made potato salad, and I made I made, this literally came in my head. I had roasted sweet potatoes. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, but I wanted something different, so I caramelized the walnuts and pecans and put them all over and I put cognac in it.
Oh, whatever she had, she brought a plate. It was delicious. And like, see, now I'm hungry because I didn't eat breakfast. But you know, we're going to have to take a break right now because our guest is going to come on.
Yeah, she's on the way.
And we definitely want
anytime, Narada, you want me to make you a plate. Anytime.
Oh my God! Next week, I hope when he watch this. The next time we be here, he gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, we gonna have to get his reaction." But we're gonna take a break for Sex, Love, and the Black Experience,
yes.
And we'll be back with our special guest because today we're gonna really talk about the business side of sex. Like, if you got OnlyFans, you got all that stuff, you need to get your affairs in order. So we're gonna take a break, and we'll be back.
We'll be right.
We are Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses, where we make sex education and discovery fun for the BIPOC community. Join us on all social media platforms as we have amazing events coming your way. All right, and we're back at Sex, Love, and the Black Experience with Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses, Miss Nisha B and Miss Kikilove. And we have a wonderful special guest, you guys. First of all, I just want to say that the reason why we brought Joi here is because we want to talk about the business of sex, because a lot of people out here got OnlyFans or you know, are dancers and all of these things, and they don't realize that they're a business. So that's the reason we wanted to bring Joi on. So we have Miss Joi Whitley of Anointed Hands Tax Services. Hold on.
How y'all doing? I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Tell the people about yourself, sis.
So thank you for introducing me, Nisha. But I'm Joi Whitley. I'm the owner, principal accountant at Anointed Hands Tax 2 Inc. And we're a tax and accounting bookkeeping firm. We're in all 50 states. Based in Jacksonville, Florida, and Phoenix, Arizona, but we market and target businesses in all 50 states. But we really strive, and when I started the business, I strive to form an educational business, because a lot of times in the accounting and tax world, you know, you got the people doing the work for you, but they're not really helping you understand what's on the tax return and what goes behind it. So that's one of the most important things for me, is just making sure I'm educated, and I got that sex population. That's a high clientele. You know, what's up, my exotic dancers? What's up, OnlyFans? Yes, I'm going to definitely shout them all out because they are true supporters for Anointed Hands Tax. And I love that population because it's a real educational experience for me, just helping them understand deductions and write-offs and what they should be doing. Like, baby girl, this is a business.
Right. Absolutely. So just wanted to ask you, in terms of like, how did you get that type of clientele? Like, what made you target people in the sex industry to really help them get their business affairs in order.
Most definitely. So I come from that industry for a short period of time. Now I wasn't true to it, y'all. I'm lazy. I could do the calculations, but don't have me sliding down the pole. But when I attended, so in college, when I attended Arizona State University, I was a full-time student, and it was really, really hard to work full time and go to school full time. Like even students now, I see it's a struggle to keep up with that. So I worked part-time jobs, but I became an exotic dancer at night, and that was the job that worked real well with my school schedule. And the money was good because it was like getting paid every day. But even back then, I didn't know the tax side behind it, so I wasn't reporting. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. It wasn't until 2 years later when I stopped that I began to realize, dang, I should have started a business and I should have really been reporting all that money and I could have been up by now.
Right.
But that's how. And then when I started my business, of course, I went back to people who I worked with. Those were my first clients. They knew me, from the club. So I told them, this is what I'm doing now. And they all knew me. So they supported me. And, it's just been up and up. For the last 6 years. Yep. Wow. For the last 6 years, I've just targeted that market more and more, and even going into different cities. I be in the strip club, y'all. Anointed Hands Tax definitely support the Naked Hustle. But every city I go to, I'm in the strip club making sure I got the Anointed Hands Tax cards, because I'm talking to the exotic dancers. That's a huge market, about how to really professionalize their income and make it a real business. Like, don't look at it like it's nothing.
Because people don't understand that sex work is work, right? And so me and Nisha, as technical sex workers, we're in the sex field. And so even like getting a business account, for an example, it was hard for us. It was very difficult. These banks do not fuck with you at all as someone that is in the sex field. And this is the oldest profession in the game, right? Is sex work. And so the banking industry is trash box. Can you talk about that piece of just like how hard it is for sex workers to get business accounts?
Yes. It's very similar to, smoke shops and the tobacco industry. There's, the U.S. gonna definitely put limits. They want to be all in your business. But usually when I'm educating clients, I try to get them to, it's all in how you structure the business. You can be a sex business, but you don't have to put it out there that you're a sex business. So a lot of times I'm working with people, to start you a business, start that business from it, because when you go get a business bank account, all you need is an active business, regardless of the industry, and you need an employer identification number. So you can register your business, and I usually tell people, do it under an independent artist. Like, make it very generic, so that way these folks ain't all in your business trying to put limits on what you're doing. But the minute you got your independent artist and you name it whatever you want to name it, you want to put sex in there, put sex in there, but it's all in those business categories of how you're listing your business. If you list it as a tobacco or a sex business, you're already on a flag. So now they're seeing that. But yeah, usually I'm telling people, no, don't do that. Even though that's what we're doing, we don't want to put it on paper. And if you do like an independent artist, you get your LLC, you got your employer identification number, you won't have any problems going into one of the major banks. And usually I'm recommending that people start with one of the larger banks. No, I'm not a big bank fan. I love my credit unions. They're more customer friendly. But just for the sake of establishing your business and being able to do it at a faster rate. If you go to like a Bank of America, a Chase, or a Wells Fargo, those are the banks where they ain't looking too much. All they want to do is look on, Arizona Corporation Commission's website. see whatever name you got listed on the application. Oh, it's active, it's listed, it's assigned to that person, and they just need an EIN number, and you're good to go.
And you get the EIN really simple.
Free.
On the IRS website.
Yes.
Well, I think our issue was that we went in there and we ran our miles. When
Yes, I was finna say, I know y'all went in there and told them
we
folks.
was running we was like, and so we got the business established, the bank account established, then 2 weeks later they shut us down. And we was like, so the second bank account we went to, we ended up going with a credit union. Yep. We were like, yes, and we're a business, and we educate. Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay. And we've been rolling ever since.
Right. So y'all learned.
Know what I'm saying? So we learned the hard way, but we were in there running our miles. So I get what you're saying. I was like, oh,
because he called me personally. The bank manager called us, called me and was like, yeah, we not gonna be able to do la with y'all no more, but
he enjoyed talking with us.
Yeah, no, we had a good time cutting up, because we had we fun, so we be just cutting up, not even thinking that. Yeah, no.
You trying to go into a business and get established.
Yeah. So and me being in that banking world, I should have known better, right? Because I'm in the banking field in my regular day job.
So am I.
And so I'm like, yeah, not too fond of that. So it's very challenging being in the sex world, and with all the corporate things that people don't know about,
right? People
don't understand. So if you don't have all of your paperwork in order, niggas, have your paperwork in order. If you don't know, how do you know? Where can you go? Because a lot of us that are in the sex industry don't know about paperwork.
Right. So that leads me to, because I'm horrible at it. Like we got a QuickBooks, but I don't go in here and do bookkeeping. And so how do you, like, for a person who is it's just not their zhuzh,
right?
What do you recommend? Just basic, somebody just getting started to just keep track of their expenses, so it'd be easier when they come to you, Joi.
Definitely. So I always recommend QuickBooks for all small business or self-employed owners, and QuickBooks is QuickBooks, exactly what it's named. It's your simplest accounting tool, but it's the best thing for us for an accounting, even if you guys don't keep up with it. The minute you set that QuickBooks account up and you attach it to the different banking accounts for the business that you're using for spending, now all of your transactions are going to flow over to that QuickBooks account. So It makes it easy. So like, even if you never go back in and do anything to that QuickBooks, for an accountant, I love it, because I'm like, oh, you got QuickBooks? That's going to show me everything that I need. Don't worry about not doing anything. That's why you got me. That's what I do. But it's real easy for me to go in and itemize and categorize the data. Another reason why I recommend QuickBooks is because it's a really good tool for accountants to talk to customers. It's user friendly. So let's say you got your QuickBooks, you never even itemized, never did anything, but I get in there now, I have access to it. So I'm going to go through and properly itemize, form all the rules. This is this. Every time I see fascinations, I know, okay, that's a cost of goods sold. That's one of their props, right? So now I've done it all for you. And now all you have to do is keep up with it. You see what I'm saying?
I'm stressed out, calling me crying. Cause she's our administrator for our business, and I'm
not the good at administrating.
And so I tell her all the time, friend, just cool out. It's gonna be all right. We gonna get this together. So are there any apps out there for cause what I have for tracking my miles and tracking just tax stuff in general, I have two of them.
I'm horrible with that.
And so I told her, I said, oh, I don't fool la with no Excel spreadsheet, no.
I need a good app. I pay for an app, and I think they renewed me, and I still don't know how to use it.
I've been paying for it.
QuickBooks, y'all really quick. And then they have the app you could put on your phone too. QuickBooks is, I'm telling y'all got to get with QuickBooks. QuickBooks is gonna be your best friend, and it tracks the mileage for you as well.
Where you can say personal
or business.
Dang, that's what
it's
I
like
keep
your
losing.
one. QuickBooks is for me, and the reason why I push it so much on my clients is it's a real one-stop shop. So as your business grows, you can continue to use QuickBooks. First, usually people start off just using it for bookkeeping that can translate a profit loss statement that we can, add to a tax return. You got that. But now let's say you guys have contractors or employees now that you hire, right? So now there's QuickBooks you can use for that. Send them their W-9 completion, and now you start tracking your payments to your contractors and your employees, and QuickBooks makes the W-9 or the W-2 for you at the end of the year. If you guys have invoices, like, it's the one-stop shop. Usually when clients come to me, they be paying so many fees because they using Square and they using this, and then it's all over the place. But QuickBooks is literally that one-stop shop. You can use QuickBooks for your invoices, and it's all included in your monthly fee that you're paying. Man. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I love telling my small business owners about it, because it's like, as you grow, you don't have to stray away. You just add on
different
and
things,
you keep that same plan that you have. And it's really cool for accountants when you guys have those QuickBooks accounts, because we can keep up with it and we can flow year after year.
We have the QuickBooks, we just didn't know how to utilize it.
I don't know how to use it. And I was trying to take them classes in between work. I was like, I am not a damn accountant.
Come holler at me. Come holler at Anointed Hands Tax, because literally I love it when you guys have it, because all I need to do is get in there and go through, and then you can be well on your way with it. Because I'm gonna make the rules and itemize and put all the categories. So now as these transactions are coming through, they're already be categorized, because I've already formed it.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
I just think, you know what I really truly believe though? I think you guys, you're getting to a point where you got to realize, so how long y'all been in business?
3 years now.
Well, according to the IRS, our LLC set up 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2021, y'all get to, when you first start a business, whether it's a sex business or any kind of business, now your goal is to save money. You don't want to be creative. You don't want to be paying no accountant when you ain't even making money yet. When you get to that point where you guys are making money, that's the point where I say, Nisha, you need to stop doing the accounting, because your job is to stick to OMG. You supposed
that's
to do
what we want to do.
Yeah.
So we still, you know what I'm saying?
That's what we want to do.
We still, you know what I'm saying? Like, even our expo, like, we didn't make money off of that.
In your first 3 years, you're likely gonna take a loss. The IRS expects you, no matter what business, first 3 to 5 years, you rarely see a profit overall. In those first 3 to 5. Usually, most businesses don't really start seeing a true profit until about after 5 years.
I have a question about that, because somebody was saying, like, if you're showing negative after 5 years, even will the IRS consider your business a hobby? And they kind of say, no, this is a hobby.
I'm very careful about reporting a significant loss for more than 3 years in a row. And that is exactly why, because the IRS will look at it as a hobby. They will want to know, if you're losing money on this business year after year, why are you still in business? Why would you keep doing this? So yes, I'm super particular about that, of making sure that, okay, once we hit that 3rd year, if it's a loss, having that conversation with my clients, like, listen, we ain't gonna be able to report a loss next year. You might have a loss for real, but we ain't gonna do that. We might need to, and again, you just gotta learn the rules. The rules, you can have a loss next year, but you can't have a loss next year on that same business. So if we report in an educational business and you still trying to take a loss, we might need to make it a beauty business for the next year. You just have to you gotta switch up the industry, you know what I'm saying? But I love just education is key for me.
Absolutely.
I love telling people, when it comes to the tax game, you just gotta learn how to play by the rules. You feel me? That's how you win. You just figure out what the rules are.
Like the rich are doing.
Like the rich getting richer, and that's what they do. They know how to play. That's why you got people like Trump.
They have accountants.
Yeah, you got people like Trump. Billionaires making all this money and they not paying no taxes at all. And the reason why is because they playing by the rules. Trump probably got his accountant is probably the shit, you feel me? And he's not being audited, and he's probably, even if he is being audited, he's passing every audit check because they know what they doing. And like literally for me, that's what the game is about for me, is teaching my people how to play by the motherfucking rules, and we can do exactly what the fuck he's doing.
That's why you're gonna be on the Melanated Sex Expo for next year, you know.
Oh, I'm all
talking about the business of sex. No, we want to talk about the business of sex. Yeah. That's one of the things that we want to have. The other thing, it was something that you said that, damn, I just totally forgot. So I like what you said, is that when you're a business owner, you have to learn how to outsource.
Yes. Delegate.
You cannot be everything and everything, because what I learned is, like, me trying to do a lot of stuff on my own. First of all, I'm not good at it. So it takes me longer to do. It's much more time consuming. Sometimes you want somebody who's an expert who can do it. And people who got these OnlyFans and all these things, you need to budget that. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at how much money you're making, right? And you say, and you budget, okay, I'm going to need an accountant to help me do this so I can keep more money in my pocket. I'm going to need, you really need to figure out at least those key things that you need. An accountant is definitely one.
I would just in the sex industry in general, and in any industry where you get in cash, an accountant is needed, because these are the industries where you really don't be knowing how much money you making,
right?
Because the money is, you getting money every day, but you spending money every day too. So these are the people, the OnlyFans models and stuff, where you think they got a lot of money, but once they start dealing with me, they come to the realization like, damn, I ain't making no money. But it's so hard to see that, because OnlyFans model might have a $10,000 day. You see what I'm saying? And blow it all in one day, and then the next day be a $500 day, and then no money after that. But she just had a $10,000 day in 1 month, and most people can't even make that in a month. But this is the industry where accounting is really needed, for you to really see how it all balances out. It's like the drug game. I tell people the sex industry is the same way. Money coming in and going out every day. Right. So you got to be able to track it to really see, am I truly profiting? Usually when I start working with, especially my exotic dancers in Phoenix, because I tell them Phoenix is not really an exotic. Phoenix is a sex city, as far as escorting, but Phoenix is not an exotic dancer city. And I love when, dancers come to me from other states, because I like to educate them, to help them realize that. Usually when they come to me, they realize, if all I'm doing is exotic dancing and I'm not doing anything else, I got to go get a 9 to 5 in addition to doing the exotic dancing, because the money is just not like that. It's not when you put it all out and balance it out, it's like, damn, I ain't really making too much.
Thank you for watching Sex, Love, and the Black Experience podcast. Please continue to tune in and keep watching, and follow us at omgoddesses.com. Join our VIP list, or Facebook and IG at omgoddesses20 and Twitter at omgoddesses.
Able you are overall. And so for me, that's why I'm starting people off on the right track of understanding we got to attach everything to this business and make this business look stable. Once you there, then I'm already ready to take you to the next level. You look stable, let's get you some business credit building and going.
That's what we need. We need some business credit, because I'm tired.
That's what we're ready to do.
Running this with shoestring
personal
budgets.
Credit cards and
ain't
stuff.
Nobody got time.
I got another question. Do you prefer that a person come to you before they establish the LLC? Because one of the things you talked about was categorizing your business and all of that stuff. Like, would you, if someone says, I'm thinking about doing a business, do you prefer, like, I mean, a lot of times they'll come afterwards, but do you prefer that somebody come to an accountant come to you first and say, I want to do this type of business, this is what I want to do, and you say, okay, let's categorize it, what are you trying to do, where are you trying to take it?
Oh, most definitely. I always recommend, always speak to an accountant before starting any business, because you want to make sure that you're structuring the business and you're doing the best entity status that matches your personal tax status. I always tell people taxes is very personal. Don't just think you could separate the business from the personal taxes. every business has an owner. So regardless, you're going to have to add something to your personal tax return for that business. I want to have a conversation with you beforehand to check out what kind of income do you already have personally. If you already making like $150,000, baby, we don't need to add no additional income to your personal tax return. Now I want to have a conversation and say, hey, we need to structure this as an S corporation. You see what I'm saying? You're already in a significant income range. So just adding more income is going to hinder you. So yes, on the front end, before you even go out there, have a conversation with an accountant so that we can talk the forming of it. You want to form that business properly. A lot of times I'm working with clients and I'm working backwards. They've already got the business formed and they didn't speak with someone beforehand to really understand how to properly structure it. So now we got to work backwards. When you're first forming that business, if you form, and this is what the white people do, y'all, like that's why they get out here, just keep starting these motherfucking businesses, because they know, I'm telling you, they know the game. Like every single time you start a business, if you start that business and you structure it properly, that's a new credit profile. With us, we don't know that, and we're usually using a lot of our personal money, so we have to work backwards to try to go, and now let's redo this so we can start building business credit. But if you talk to someone before, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the game beforehand.
I'm about to talk to you before.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you beforehand what you need to do, and make sure you got your, you got your virtual office address. Like I want to make sure you have it to where you look the most professional to start building business credit, like out the gate, as soon as you start that business.
Well, I have to make my appointment because I'm starting a separate LLC. And then my husband and I are putting together an LLC. So we definitely need talk about the home office component, because I have an office and I use it for work, like my 9-to-5 work. But I was under the impression, I didn't know if I use it also for, because we were talking about making it like even like our little podcast studio and that whole type of thing, because we're limited in the amount of rooms we have. How does that work in terms of write-off, because you're also using it for like your 9-to-5?
Great question. All right, so thanks to Trump, y'all thank him for this change right here. So prior to 2018, the tax reform of 2018 changed a lot of shit for working people. Prior to 2018, when you worked a W-2 job and you work from home, or you had just like work related expenses, you could literally write those things off. Trump changed that in 2018. Now the way he made it is no more. If you're working on W-2 income, baby, you just got to pay taxes appropriately, but we're not letting you write off and deduct your life. Now the only people that can write off personal expenses are people who are self-employed, people who receive 1099 income, and people who own an LLC. So you working from home on the W-2 job, you ain't getting no benefit from that on your taxes at all. So hell yeah. You can't get the benefit on the W-2 job. You want to take and attach that home office to your business, and that's just a home office for the business, right? And that's how you want to make that look. You get the full deduction on the business for it. So I've been telling all my friends, I was like, I said, you an LLC, we all need to have LLC. You a business. A couple of my girlfriends, we gonna meet like every other month just to support each other around their businesses and what they're doing, because we're not taking the advantage of these things. Like, even if you have, like, I have a friend who's a nurse who now is like, I want to be a doula, I want to do this stuff. It's like, girl, that's a business. We need to get the Look, I got one of those on the Anointed Hands tax too. For sure.
I mean, for real though, a lot of people, we're not, especially in the Black community, the BIPOC community, we don't know all of these things, and we're relying heavily on our personal credit, and that's why we get the doors closed on us, especially when it comes to like, oh, you got so much credit in your personal, then they won't extend additional credit to you, and things like that. Would you recommend, if a person, like say for instance, they want to start a business, do you recommend that they keep the name of their business pretty generic, then they can do like different things underneath it, or should they just do separate LLCs? Like, how do you recommend that in terms of
definitely generic? And shout out to Bree Bucks too. Shout out to Bree Bucks.
We miss her. She was gonna be on today, but we're gonna definitely have her on another day.
Shout out to her. And I learned, and I always give credit to what credit is due, because I tell people I'm an accountant, but I know the tax and accounting, but I don't know everything. So I rely on resources to teach me, and then I can come back and put that into my business. But my business, I did not know about the whole name thing, so I named my business Anointed Hands Tax, and it has tax in the name. Bree Bucks will tell you there are certain high risk industries. Taxes just happens to be one of them. And the high risk industries, it could be for a number of reasons. Taxes is a high risk industry because we're an industry where we get paid January through April, and we don't get no more money. So it's high risk because it's like, don't look at what that person is making in February and give them a loan. Hell, they might not be able to motherfucking pay your ass back the rest of the year. Ain't shit coming in. You know what I'm saying? So that's make it high risk. Even with credit, what Bree does, that's a high risk industry. Again, there's a lot of chargebacks, disputes on that. So because of that, yes, you want to make your name as generic. Bree Bucks taught me, when someone looks at your business name, they should not be able to tell what you do. They should not be able to know what industry.
What we did. Now we were smart enough,
and I love that because it's just like,
we have a DBA. So our DBA is Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses, but our LLC is the initials of our name. Like we did not do that. We knew that we were smart enough to do that.
Yes. No, made the name.
And it was shout outs to our man's son, your son and my man's son, Cam, who actually helped us with that, because he has an LLC. He was like, no, mommies, no, don't do it that way. So so like when we were filing for our LLC, he was like, no, you just want to keep it basic and simple. Good. And we were like, okay. And so we did it that way. And so we were very strategic in that. And so it was very important. So shout outs to the man.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, shout out. I don't even know who he is, but
my son Cameron.
Cameron, shout out to you, boo boo. If you single, come holla at me. Because you know what you doing.
And he is.
You helping sisters. I like that already. I don't even know how you look.
Yeah. You look like me. That's my son.
Okay, well, come holla at Anointed Hands Tax, boo.
6'5", 200.
Don't tell me too much.
He's like 6'2".
Yeah.
Oh, y'all know I like big dudes. Now, how long? How long? Now,
you know what? He's very my son. He act like an old man.
See, he need to swing my way. Okay.
Very
he needs to swing my way.
He's in town because he lives in Oklahoma. Yeah. So he's in town because he went to see Adele. My son he goes to concerts and stuff. That's what he loves to do. So he flew in town to see Adele in Vegas. But he's in town. Visiting. So we all getting together, going over a friend's house to have like pizza and just hang with them. But
what you got going on?
Listen, I got a client from 2 to 4, but I'm free after that. Now hold on, I'm so free.
He's been doing businesses and like he educates me quite a bit on a lot of stuff. He's just an amazing kid. I know I'm not just saying it because he's my kid, but he's just amazing.
We love
Well, he gave y'all the game because the name is important and the category, the code.
Now that part we didn't get until I went to see Bree. We had already established, and then I went to see Bree at she had a event. I told her, I said, girl, you should charge more money for this event because it was so much knowledge that she was spitting on credit, on business credit. And then I just found out she's my soror.
Oh, you a SG row?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a Zeta. I'm a Zeta Phi Beta sorority member. But me and Bree Bucks, we went to school together. We both went to ASU. We both crossed at ASU. So I've been knowing her.
When she said she put on her thing, I'm an SG row, I'm like,
I don't know nothing about that life, y'all. Okay, I know nothing about this sorority life.
But I see you guys. You partner quite a bit on a lot of things, and I think what you guys do go hand in hand. She's a wealth of knowledge. You're a wealth of knowledge,
It's amazing. I love when black women just be black
yes,
women.
black girl magic.
It makes my pussy just moisturize.
And it should, because this shit right here is orgasmic melanin right here.
It is.
It just gets me going.
After sex, this is money. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
That get the coochie wet too. You know what I'm saying?
I be telling people, boy, that's something about that money.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? Even like, okay, we call each other now because we were at an event. This one lady, she called her business partner her business lover. And I say, you know what? It's a marriage. You know what I'm saying? But even like with my husband, I was like, I'm like, you know, we lovers, all this stuff. And I love you and everything. But we a business and we going to establish a business to establish a legacy for our families, you know? Right. And so definitely coming to you because I have some ideas in my head that I got to write them down, but I definitely need to figure out a way to structure this that we can, you know what I'm saying, do what we got to do and make some bank. And eventually for us, because we're like, I turned 50 this year.
Ooh, girl, you look good. I wouldn't even know. Now that's a right there celebration.
So I turned 50 this year, and we're looking at like soon we'll be retiring, right? Mm-hmm. And ultimately, one of the things we want to do is Kiki and I said we want somebody to be like, what do you do for a living? We travel all over the world talking about vulvas and penises. Mm-hmm. I talk
about sucking dick,
right? Y'all. We don't clock a 9 to 5. Our business sustains us. That's what we ultimately want to do. Same thing when I, met my husband and stuff, and like, we talked about things that we want to do, and was like, how can we do this to sustain our lifestyle, our life, and be able to do what we enjoy and love? Because we're getting to that age where, I don't want to be punching the clock anymore. I really want to enjoy the rest of my life with my husband, and stuff like that. So we were looking and thinking about things that we could do, about our business. We're empty nesters. So our thing was, let's create something around being empty nesters, Black empty nesters in, in the world. And, and we can even talk about spicing up our love life and things that we do. So definitely gonna get with you because we got some ideas in mind, and hopefully maybe you can even pick our brain.
I love to help. I love to help. I'm really good at strategy. Just kind of helping people develop a strategy when they have ideas. And me, when I'm working with clients, I always tell them, come to me because I'm gonna help you have about 7 strategies coming out the gate. Even if you talk about doing hair, baby, we talking about, okay, you're going to be doing the service pieces here. We're going to have some products.
Right.
You're going to be teaching the little classes on Zoom. Or if but whatever. But, the goal is, whatever you're passionate and whatever you're talented in is, you just want to develop multiple streams of income.
Off that same
thing.
And you can.
And you will be able to get off of your 9 to 5. So just think big. I tell people, when you first are thinking about doing something, don't be so narrow-minded. Your goal is to get off the clock, so we need moolah. We got to come out the gate with about 5 different ways we're going to make money from this one different thing, so we can have a plan to get you off the clock sooner.
Wait, shout out to me. Because I'm telling you, it ain't nothing like working for yourself. But also what's important too is to the streams of income, because a lot of people, you have small business owners and all they're doing is paying for a job.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, you don't work for somebody else, you work for yourself, but like you got this barbecue chicken joint or whatever you got, and you working 20-hour days, you don't get no sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If anything go wrong. So it's like really having that conversation about having those multiple streams of income, finding a way, like if you got a barbecue chicken joint, make some barbecue sauce that you can sell.
And that's the product base.
It's about the residual income. And that's really important too, that a lot of people don't think about, finding ways to make your passion make you money even when you sleep.
Right.
Definitely.
That is important. So in those 7 streams of income, at least 3 or 4 of them or something need to be residual based, and then
have your And a lot of times too, especially in like our service based industries, like and I will take my hairstylist because I see this the most with them.
Yeah,
they struggle because, and I tell them, you got to come out the gate with that, because you can't do hair forever.
I didn't know it was manual labor like that.
Yeah, your
reaching
hands,
over your back.
you know, it's not gonna last forever. So when you already coming into an industry that requires you to be physical, you gotta start off thinking about that, thinking about how long realistically do I really want to be standing up behind this chair? You know, how long?
Yeah, because I'm a chef by trade.
Yeah,
I'm a chef by trade, and you know, I had to think strategically when I got my culinary degree. How long do I want to, you know, stand for 16 hours a day being behind the stove? No, seriously.
Yeah.
And so I had to really think strategically, okay, how long do I want to work in this kitchen? How long do I want to be behind this kitchen making, you know, sauces, you know? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't. And we just had a conversation, and you know, in our previous conversation about, you know, I'm a good cook, and people ask me all the time, oh, when your restaurant coming out? And it's not, and it ain't, because I know that I do not want to be, because in the culinary world, it's very physical. I ain't standing for 16 hours. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it's just
right. But if you come out with a special sauce, or like I think about like Tabitha Brown, you know what I'm saying? Like she's got her McCormick sauce. Yeah. She does the Target thing. She's got the cookbooks. Yeah. So she's still the personality. She has her shows and all of that, but she has all these other things making money for her, and that's very important in anything you do. Like you could so strippers. How long you gonna be stripping? Like after a while, you ain't gonna be able to pop that booty like you did before. So maybe you go into instruction.
I wouldn't even when you work smarter, not harder. Like if I could do it all over, I would have never came out the gate doing no physical labor. I would have came off the gate as a strip club owner. I would have been on the recruitment.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To get y'all to come and do the physical labor, and I am in charge of it all. That's working smarter, not harder. But it's really just having these conversations with people and just getting them to think about it. And a lot of these girls be young too sometimes. When you 19, 20, 21, you can't think that long. You don't have that.
I got this body. I can make it work
right
for me.
now.
I didn't have that body at 21.
She said, I didn't have that body.
My body was built by cheeseburgers and not by exercise. So, I wanted to be a stripper. But I didn't have that body.
Let me tell you, stripping is hard work, guys. It's I tell people, that's why I'm like, girl, I did not I ain't last, because it looks when you see it. And even me, I remember just growing up, you see the cash, you see the lifestyle, so it looks like, okay, I can handle that, you know. But you don't take into account you don't take into account the physicalness on your body. Like, and I tell girls all the time when they start talking to me, like, you realize you need to be working out every day. Like if you gonna get into this industry and you trying to make money, like, you got to take that shit seriously. Don't think you finna just be all right rolling up, bitch. You gonna have charla horses, motherfucking everything else,
and ain't nobody gonna want to give you I'm gonna tell you this right now. I done been to strip clubs and I've been like,
well, you know them lazy strippers.
Right, you're not taking this job seriously. But then I seen them where they be like MISSIS. And that's when you want to be like this. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, and I tell girls that too. It's not just about like the job. Like when you are OnlyFans, just in the sex industry, you are selling a dream. You're selling a fantasy. So you can't sell me no fantasy with no chip nails. You can't sell me no fantasy with no ponytail sticking up. You feel me? So you got to come for you to really, you got to take this job seriously, take this career seriously, and realize you're on. And
there's so many other people. So how do you make yourself stand out from the rest? And I mean, everybody, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, even on like OnlyFans, it's like, okay, I see your pussy, I see your boobs, but somebody else I can see their pussy, like, and now you can see that shit for free online. So how do you establish yourself from the rest? Same thing I told my child. I said, look, if you gonna do this, then have a plan. Don't be no lazy ass stripper. Like, create a persona, create a business. And then they was like, oh, and they haven't, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not going to do that, then it's just like any other job. It's just like going to work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Because when I was in phone sex, I started doing phone sex. And
you do got that little phone sex voice too. She got that voice.
Sex voice. You know, that's why we having her doing like Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses presents. I be like, yeah, girl, do that shit.
Because when I was in phone, nobody can see you. So that's what it was, the perfect, like, you know, leeway to being in the sex world without having to do shit. I would be in literally my SpongeBob pajama set, eating a bowl of cereal, and be like, "Yeah, Daddy, you know."
Hey, but that's smarter, not harder, though. That's working smarter, not harder.
Because I wasn't trying to do no webcam. Because they asked me, "Oh, you know, you can do webcam." I'm like, I am 349 pounds. No, we're not doing that. But I can do this phone sex. Ain't nobody gonna be seeing me in my SpongeBob, you know, pajamas, eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
So there are ways around it, right, in the sex world where you don't have to be seen, you don't have to show yourself, you don't have to do any of that. All you gotta do is, yeah, Daddy, you can have whatever you like.
But there's so many different angles, and people. That's why we really promote that sex work is work, because I was even looking at somebody who was talking about who's disabled, and he prefers sex workers because they know you know, he can give them their requirements.
Yes.
It's a job. They know what they're doing, that whole type of thing, and then they, you know, it also it's just the way that he prefers it, and so. My whole thing is that's why we're advocates for it. Like, I don't think you should be arrested, but aren't we a capitalist society where, like, if there's a need and people want it, why can't, you know, people supply it and be able to be safe to do it? So we're big on that. I just really want to say that you just like dropped a whole bunch of fucking bombs, some serious knowledge. You guys, this is why we're here, because we want to bring people on who are experts. Yes, we talk about sex, we bring it around to sex, but you know what I'm saying? We talked about so many other things, and you don't have to be in the sex industry, but we really wanted to focus on that because there's so many people in that sex industry, and we talk about the stigma that people, they don't know where to go or what to do. And we really want our young people to be business minded in whatever they do. We're going to talk about our spicy bag, and then we're going to have you share your social media, how people can reach you and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about this Foo La La real quick. The Foo La La is because we talked about it during our therapy session.
So Foo La La is Kiki's term.
Yes,
Foo La La. I like it though. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
so we used to say fuck shit, but I was like, Kiki, you have your own Kikiisms, her own words, and she'll say something. Foo La La is like foolishness. So this is her segment where she kind of like gets off of her chest what she have issues with.
Let's get into the Foo La La, baby.
Yeah. So the Foo La La for the week. There's two parts. So we talked about emotional vampires. So in friendship, business, and all of that, and how people can drain you of your energy source, right? How do you feel being a Black woman, being in this business, being in Arizona, because Arizona is fucking small. But Black Phoenix is even smaller, and everybody knows every fucking body, right? And so we just, did our Melanated Sex Expo, and there was a lot of energy, right, in that, and energy vampires sucking the life out of us and draining of our capacity for doing what we needed to do. So being Black here in Arizona, how do you feel about the space in general of energy vampires, and what does that mean to you, sis?
Man, so I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but I've been here. This year is gonna make 19 years. So I'm very acclimated with Phoenix and vampire. What you call it?
Yeah,
vampire?
energy vampires.
Energy vampires.
Yeah.
I'll say before I got really serious in my business, I used to really look for friendships and look for, you know, just connections and look for Black people to be around. Once I got serious in my business, it became the opposite. People started looking for me and looking and latching on to me. And in the beginning, sometimes you can't recognize right away because you're yearning for that. But let me tell you, I had to go through some things. I had to really go through some things, and really it's a real conversation that, you know, you have this conversation with self about, you know, your capacity level. And it's an ongoing conversation that I'm always having with myself about what is it that I really want from people, or what people do I really want in my life right now? Do I even really need anyone in my life? Man, I done been through so much with people, and just in Phoenix, because Phoenix is very small, especially Black Phoenix. It's so tough maneuvering out here. I'll say that for sure. It's tough because you know everyone and you kind of know everything. So like I might know you, Kiki.
Yes.
And I have this business and personal relationship with you.
Yes.
I got a business relationship with Nisha. You done had a falling out with Nisha. Y'all ain't fucking with each other no more, but I got this business relationship with you, and then I got this business and personal relationship with you. Draining. It's a whole
done that, got a t-shirt.
It's a whole lot of that going on. But for me, I'm very focused, and the way I deal with it is focus. And I would say just being more serious about my business has changed my perspective, because now if it ain't about Anointed Hands Tats, I don't really be trying to do it. I ain't trying to do it. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Don't make
you know what I'm
sense.
saying? And it's just like at this stage in my life, and where I'm at, I don't have a whole lot of capacity for things. So I'm very, very limited in what I allow to come my way. I'm very, very.
You have to be.
And you gotta protect your energy, because I think too, a lot of times people see your light and they're drawn to it. You know, they're drawn to the light, they're drawn to the beauty, they're drawn to what you bring and the helpfulness. And I got a real helping spirit, so I've had to learn how to be protective.
And that's what I had to realize, because during that time of reflection, because that's why you guys didn't see me at the expo, because I was very self-reflective. I was in the back, and where you know, we had our little celebrity lounge and everything, and I was very reflective during the whole process, right? Because I was always making sure that she was good during this whole time of planning this, because people don't understand the process that it took from start to finish for this thing. And so I was reflective on just all of the things that happened. And so I never got the opportunity to really enjoy myself. That's why you never got to. That's why
we missed out on a lot of those things.
I just, you know, it was a lot.
We realized that we're going to have an assistant next time, because we missed out a lot of things. We were too busy focused on a lot of things. But I know we kind of running out of time.
Yes.
So let's talk about our spicy bed, and then we're going to get your information.
Yes. So bedroom candy is amazing for so many different products, but the products, we've already shown this product before, but Joy's never got to see them before. So this is one of me and Nisha's favorite products, and it's called Hotcakes and Sugar Daddy. So Hotcakes and Sugar Daddy, I like to call it a deodorant, if you will, right? Put some on your hand, sis. Just rub that in. Ooh, come on and let it bless you. Let it bless you.
Smell good.
Come on.
It's like the more you rub it in, you can smell it even more and heighten.
And then let's give the other hand. A little bit there.
This was created by a Black woman.
That one is more citrusy.
Yeah. It's more like a lemon pound cake.
Yeah, it's called Sugar Daddy. And so, you know, men don't want to smell like a pound cake. So the Sugar Daddy is more citrusy, but they both do the same thing. But I'll tell you this, we have a lot of women who buy the Sugar Daddy. Yep. Like, I love the men scents. Yep. I just absolutely love them. Sugar Daddy and hot cakes is designed, it's anti-yeast, antifungal, antimicrobial, and antibacterial. So anywhere you sweat and you don't want an odor, so you can put it under your arms, under your breast, a little bit on your belly button, underneath your fupa. I put it in, you know, like where your vulva is, or like around the vulva area. You don't want to put it in the vagina though, but around the vulva area, you know, where the cracks and crevices are, where they sweat. Like in your inner thighs, between your toes, you know, you don't want your toes to get the smell when they're in gym shoes and things like that. Your butt crack, all of that, anywhere where you sweat and you don't want to order. And I swear, by the end of the day, you will still smell like the citrus or the cake. And it's amazing. Like your partner will think you want me to eat down there and do something. I mean, yeah, you can, but it's not designed for that. But it's still scent. It's still, you know, people get attracted to different scents and smells. So, but for me, I just love it because it just keeps me fresh and having that like sweaty smell all day. And those are hot cakes. So this is like, I think our third time talking about them because we love them so much.
Love it.
And it's our best seller. Like whenever we have events, people are always looking for the hot cakes. We have somebody come in town. Like, I'm in town, I need to get my hot cakes every time they come in town.
Like 2.5 hours from Tucson just for Sugar Daddy and hot cakes. And she texted me she's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
You got them? And I said, well, how many of you? She's like, 2 of each, please.
Yeah, so she gets them. It lasts her a while. And then when she comes back, she gets some more. But you also can order online. You can go to Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses. omgoddesses.com. And just click on shop bedroom candy, and then it'll take you directly to our store. You can shop discreetly and the order will come to you directly. But you also have us as consultants if you need someone just to guide you if you have questions about anything related to sexuality. That's what we're here for. We're educators, we're consultants, and we will get you in the right direction. Now, we know that Miss Candy Burris is from Georgia. So she is a Georgia peach, right? And so this was specifically designed with her in mind.
So 10-year anniversary toy, and it's called Peach Buzz, and it's so cute.
And feel it, girl. You gotta feel it. Feel how soft it is.
Oh,
but you feel how soft it is. Yeah. And all the Bedroom Candies products are made from high quality materials, medical grade silicones. But this product has it's a what is it on now? And see how ergonomic it is. You see how it fits in your hand, and you can even hold it a certain way and makes it easy for you to push the button.
Thing vibes. So
it has a body quake technology. Yeah. So it vibrates and that'll hit. Yeah, it'll hit your clitoris, but it's wide enough that it'll also hit the labia and all the other areas, so you can get a nice feel all over your body.
Different speeds.
Yes, it does. You hear it, but put it up against the mic. You hear it. But you see how you're holding it is very ergonomic, and you can still push the button even with your hands down there. And that is the Georgia Peach. Well, it's not called the Georgia Peach, but
Peach Buzz.
It's called Peach Buzz.
Yeah, go on
it. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. And this is only $79, you guys. So it's very affordable. And this is also USB chargeable.
And it comes with a beautiful box.
Yeah.
You notice all that stuff comes with a beautiful presentation. Every time I look at this, I think of the Hennessy. I think
it do look like the peach.
Like the peach Hennessy.
And it also comes with this peach keychain as well. And it also comes with a satin bag.
It has a satin bag, so you can pack it. Store it. It's really, really beautiful. So one thing I love about Bedroom Candy is the presentation too.
Yes. It's very
1 year
thoughtful.
warranty and everything, and it's USB chargeable. We ain't doing the batteries no more, y'all.
No batteries.
We didn't
don't
upgrade
ask
it.
me.
You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce say, let me upgrade you.
Right. Yeah. So this is a great price point for this toy. It's just a really, really cool toy. Very functional. Go ahead and play with it, sis, because she haven't touched it yet.
Oh God, it's so pretty.
I like the way it feels. The material
and even on
it.
your skin, like you can have a partner and y'all could just rub it all over the body. We use like a body oil, and see how that is. It's ergonomic. It's so pretty. Just hold it, and then this is on one, y'all. That's on one, and just
Do y'all got some of this on hand?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I have it in the car.
I'm like, I think I need me some of that.
Everybody needs that. I tell people,
Right.
everybody.
No, seriously, because it's the smell too. It really does, and it seems like it's like kind of oil based, so it feels.
Yeah, it's
good.
coconut oil based.
Yeah,
it's only 4 ingredients.
Yeah, it feels
and then
good.
it's like a little proprietary blend. But
I would like one of each of those.
Yeah,
I got you. It's in the car. I will have it ready for you.
But
hot cakes and peach buzz. Hot cakes especially is one of my favorites. I have too many jars at the house because I absolutely love when it first launched, right? And when it first initially launched, I was like, what is this? And then we smelled it. Right? Because this was at the height of the pandemic when hotcakes launched, and it was in our swag bags that year. Remember?
Yeah, and it sold out when it first came out. It sold out like crazy. So yeah, when you see it, definitely get it because. And I like the fact that it's a Black woman that created it.
I just like the idea, just something that will last. Because you might be wanting a little something after work. You ain't got time to, but you can. Still be good for your boo.
And smell good. It's really, really amazing.
Because when me and the man sandwich get together, I put that on, and he be sniffing and.
But that's like aphrodisiac.
Yes, it's like
the first
it smells so good.
Like, he be like,
good. We glad you like it. So Joi, tell us where people can find you.
Come on.
I'm on Instagram. My business page is Anointed Hands Tax with one N. So ANOINTEDHANDS Anointed Hands Tax. My personal page is Miss Joi 904. That's MSJOI as in igloo, Joy. 904. I'm from Duval County, y'all. But follow me on Instagram. I'm building up my social media pages. I'm on Facebook at Anointed Hands Tax. I'm Joi Whitley on Facebook. JOI as in igloo. WHITLEY is my last name. And I'm so excited that y'all had me today. I really enjoyed this conversation.
We wanted to personally. I get emotional.
Yeah.
We want to personally thank you for being the sponsor.
Yes, thank you.
Anytime.
When we talked initially, we had just a brief conversation at the Full Figured and Sassy Expo.
I remember that
which
convo.
You are a sponsor of with plugs. We be plugging, other Black businesses around here. And we initially talked about it, and you were like, okay. And then when we saw each other again for Adrian Tress's birthday
45th DNA, shout out to DNA Financial Solutions, Miss Adrian Treese.
Yes, we love Miss Adrian, and we were talking about it, and then you were like, send me the info, email it to me right now. I said, sis, put it in there, put it together.
Yeah, we appreciate our sponsors. It was very difficult for us to get sponsorship and being our first event, and the fact that you just trusted us and believed in us, we greatly appreciate it. We are going to be doing it again. We got to make sure we are going to do a nice shout out to our sponsors. So,
I don't know if you saw the little video that we did.
I thought the banner was enough for me. I'm like, shit, Anointed Hands Tax was all over that bitch.
Well, we're going to do more because we really appreciate our sponsors, and just, you just believing in us. That's what that's how we felt. People who just sight unseen believed in us and what we were doing. So we thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll be a sponsor again. Y'all come. I believe in y'all a second time.
Thank you.
And we just wanted to ask you a really quick question. How did you feel about the expo overall? Like, what was your experience like?
I didn't get to attend as many days as I had liked. And just with the demand of tax season, I started a new job at the same time. So I'm teaching 9th graders and 10th graders full time. So my year has just been crazy. So I didn't really get to attend, but I attended the masquerade ball.
Oh no, you were cute.
Let me tell y'all, I had the time of my life. I walked around, I talked to everyone. The photo shoot, I booked with them. Like, I always try to.
Oh, you went up and did the boudoir. Wasn't that cute?
Yeah, girl, I had a fantastic time at that masquerade ball and just really connected. No matter where I'm at or what I do, I always try to connect with the other businesses and vendors there, and everyone that I talked to, super cool. That open bar, boy, I was slithered at that thing, y'all. But it was great. And the people that I heard from, because I talked to a lot of people, everybody talked about how amazing. I think people really underestimated y'all, but I never motherfucking did. I knew the moment y'all told me about it, I'm like, oh, this is about to be a hit.
And it's going to get better.
And I know how it is being a small business and new business. And we're in Phoenix, guys. It's not like we're in Atlanta or LA. So you just have to keep in mind, don't beat yourself up about it. Just keep in mind the market and just know there's always room for growth. And I'm a super supporter. I will be there. Y'all just let me know. Give me the packaging. Y'all know I got y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, we felt like people were like, this y'all first one? Like, people were really impressed. People didn't know what to expect. So we know that next year is going to be a different vibe. We've got now footage. People can see what it was about and know exactly what the vibe was. And we're just super excited. And and that's the first of many. This will be an annual event. And even traveling, people want us to travel with this, so
well, baby, the sponsor travels too.
Hey,
so
I always
let me know.
I always quote Grover Washington and Patti LaBelle: "The best is yet to come."
The best is yet to come.
But thank you so much, Joi, for being on Sex, Love, and the Black Experience.
Thanks for having me.
And you guys, listen, she dropped some knowledge.
Come on now.
Now you know this is the part 2 to bring our experts on, so you can see their knowledge, what they what they got going on, and get the help that you need. So please look her up. We will have all of her information in our show notes. And thank you again so much for joining.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
You guys have experienced Sex, Love, and the Black Experience, and have a very orgasmic day.